Hello everybody! Today we will make together a pair of geometric earrings and we will learn some tips and tricks on how to combine geometric shapes as well as some mathematical formulas that may come in handy. I made some shapes, this circle first of all, that is made from 2 paper strips, and for making it I used a round item, this glittery lacquer bottle, and I simply rolled the paper on it, securing it from time to time with some glue in order to hold all the layers together and prevent them from falling apart. Before removing the circle off the bottle, I let the glue harden for a while. I believed I kept the circles around 20 minutes before removing them off the specific objects, but it can be less. I made 2 more black circles, smaller and different in size from one another, and the golden circle the smallest of all. I also made a small tight coil, yellow as well. This banana shape here is actually a circle looping on the comb. The only difference is that I doubled every layer, and you can easily see this. Then I shaped it as a half moon, you will see later why. I also cut some strips, groups of 3, which will be the sides of a triangle that we will form inside the 2 biggest circles. They don't have a random size, but each group has its own specific size and there's a formula for this. The last shape we will use is a diamond eccentric teardrop. You have seen me make it many times before and I put links in the description to my tutorial on this shape. For the ones of you that did not understand how I made that half moon, I will now make another one on my close teeth comb. I will start making a normal circle looping from 4 strips glued together, but I will loop twice on every tooth, this way making my shape thicker. After I glued the end, I can remove it off the comb with care. I can then bend it into a half moon. When arriving to the desired shape, I apply glue on one of the surfaces and let it dry to hold everything in place. Now I will make the triangles inscribed in the circles. Every side of every triangle has the length equal with the radius of the circle multiplied with the square root of 3. The square root of 3 is roughly 1.73, so you just need to multiply the radius with this number. You can find out the radius of the circle by using a ruler measuring the diameter and then dividing it by 2. I know it is a lot of math, but it is the best way to create a perfect equilateral triangle without much effort. You see, sometimes you've got to do math even on a quilling channel. I made the same calculations with the small circle and I glued the 3 sides inside it. After the glue dried, I started assembling the rest of the pieces, paying close attention to keep things aligned. Did I mention you need to try to align all the pieces right? I added another small tight coil on top in order to be able to attach the earring cuff properly. I will also add some tiny Swarovski crystals after I will finish the look with some shiny lacquer, then put the earring cuffs and that's it. Hope you like it and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and leave a like. The lacquer I used has some very fine glitter particles, which is exactly what I was looking for. The same goes for the small Swarovski crystals. We want a bit of bling, but we don't want to be excessive about it. By now, I'm sure you've heard me quite a few times with this. Although, at a first glance, this design looks easy, I assure you it is not as simple as it seems, because you need to be very careful not to ruin the shapes, not to bend the circle, to make the circle as best as you can to begin with, to measure everything right and to cut everything correctly, so geometric shapes, even though they are beautiful because of their symmetry, are hard to create, especially when you try to put one inside another and they need to perfectly fit the space. Anyway, we learn as we go, so I really hope you enjoyed calculating the sizes with the formulas, so you're welcome if I made you feel in middle school or junior high again. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Take care.